Hello, my name is Dr. Mark. I've been practicing veterinary medicine for over 40 years in many parts of the world, and in that time, I have seen a lot of dogs enjoy their lives. Although there are many things all of us can do to improve the lives of our companions, one thing I have noticed in many places is that some dogs lead miserable lives because of their food. I am not talking about poor street dogs in Asia or Africa. Many of them go hungry, but food is often less important to them than fleas, worms, and contagious diseases. Those dogs may be thin, but they do eat with their families. The dogs I see suffering the most from nutrition-related problems are those in wealthy countries who are fed a diet of only processed foods. There are a lot of inferior foods that are sold to dog parents in wealthy countries, some of them for a premium price. All dog food manufacturers are going to use the cheapest ingredients they can find to maximize their profits. Dry dog foods allow a dog to survive but not thrive. The big advantage of those foods is that they are convenient. All you need to do is rip open a bag and give your dog the amount of food they recommend on the label. It is the same with human fast food. It is convenient and available almost around the clock. But if someone eats only fast food, which is made to maximize profits for the corporation, they are going to have health problems in only a few months. So, do I refuse to feed my dog this way because of poor nutrition? No, a dog who eats only processed food every day is not going to die of malnutrition. All of the dog food companies employ veterinary nutritionists to ensure the food they sell keeps a dog alive. They do not want to lose customers. What pups who eat dry food are going to do, however, is live a boring existence plagued with preventable health issues. They are not going to stop eating just out of boredom. They are going to continue to survive and keep dragging you to the vet. If you find this info helpful, please subscribe and check out some of the other videos on health issues. I want to break down a few of the health problems I see every day that are related to feeding your poor dog a 100% ultra-processed diet. The number one problem is obesity. Obesity is a serious problem we deal with every day. The fat cells in an obese dog release hormones called adipokines, which cause inflammation throughout the body. But some areas, like the joints, are put under excessive strain every time an obese dog moves, and this leads to arthritis. Although many dog food companies now sell so-called diet foods with fewer calories, all of them still contain cheap fillers that contain the obesogens, which are causing the problem. A whole food diet is a better option to prevent obesity. Another problem we are seeing all too often now is cancer. All dry dog foods contain preservatives, moistening agents, flavorings, and other additives that are listed as cancer-causing agents and are prohibited for human consumption in many parts of the world. Although some cases of cancer are genetic and have nothing to do with the diet, those added chemicals have been linked to many cases of cancer in dogs. No family with a dog breed prone to cancer, golden retrievers, Bernese mountain dogs, boxers, and many others, should be increasing the risk of cancer with processed foods. Ultra-processed dog foods are also making our pets more prone to diarrhea. Not all dogs who eat processed foods have loose stools, but we do see some pets respond to whole foods that help re-establish the microbiome, the bacterial population in the gut. Dry foods have to be sterilized to allow them to be shipped and sit on the shelf, and dogs on those diets may do okay with probiotics and prebiotics. A whole food will help maintain a normal microbiome. Dog biting leg to scratch. Another health issue with dry dog food is skin problems. Numerous studies have found a link between dry dog food and skin diseases. Even if they are not allergic to one of the components of processed food, contaminants in dry dog food, like mites, can cause skin issues. Dogs fed a whole meat-based diet may have lower levels of compounds associated with increased inflammation and skin diseases in dogs. Did you know that dry dog food has been linked to depression? There are many causes of depression in dogs: being in pain from diseases like arthritis, being left alone all day, grief, and diseases like hypothyroidism, but we also know that ketogenic diets, which are meat-based, increase the levels of GABA neurotransmitters that are blocked during depression. Dry dog food is made up of less expensive human food waste products, brewer's rice, corn gluten, etc., so the GABA levels are not increased. There are other potential issues with feeding dry dog food. Dry dog food has to be heated to extend its shelf life and consequently contains glycotoxins. Advanced glycation products, AGEs, have been found to be associated with age-related and chronic inflammatory diseases, like diabetes, arthritis, and degenerative nerve diseases, in humans. Are homemade dog food superior? One reason many veterinarians are so opposed to a homemade diet is that there is a greater potential for a dog to suffer from malnutrition if fed a poorly formulated homemade food. This is not as much of a problem as the dog food companies that pay for the nutrition at veterinary colleges would lead you to believe, but it is a real issue. It is very easy to avoid, however, by feeding ingredients that are balanced over time. One statistic that is present on many websites, and often cited by the corporations that sell dry dog food, is based on a University of California study that showed that 95% of homemade dog food recipes, which they cherry-picked for that study, are incomplete. What they did not point out was that 100% of the dry dog food sold according to AAFCO standards contain just enough vitamins and minerals to fight off deficiency, and none of them contain adequate amounts to allow dogs to thrive. If you still want to feed one of those dry dog foods, there are some studies that show that even adding a topping to your dog's dry food will improve his health. An egg will provide additional vitamins and a healthy protein source, a piece of meat will provide healthy proteins and fats, and a few sardines or a tablespoon of canned tuna will provide the essential fatty acids needed to keep the skin and joints healthy. Whole food alternative. If you want to analyze the food you are putting together for your dog, there are several apps and websites. I include a recipe for dogs with skin allergies on pethelpful.com, but even if your dog does not have any skin issues, you can follow these guidelines to make up a healthy whole food at home. You can either give this food raw or cook it if you prefer. Raw foods may be healthier in several ways, but cooked foods taste better. You do need to give the bones raw, as cooked bones are more brittle and more likely to cause obstructions, but if your dog is not able to eat raw bones, you can substitute egg shells and mix them into the food. The minimally processed alternative. Not everyone has the time to make up their dog's diet, so if time is more important to you than money, then the best alternative is a minimally processed diet. There are many good websites that sell those foods, so they are a good alternative if you are not able to make up the food at home. The Ollie brand is good, but you may be able to find others in your area. No matter which brand you choose, take the time to read the ingredients. You will also need to figure out about how much food you will need shipped to you each time. Minimally processed foods do not contain the additives and preservatives found in dry dog food, so they do not have as long a shelf life. Is there a specific brand of food that I would not feed my dogs? Not really. All processed foods are best avoided if you want to improve the mental and physical health of your dog. Thanks for watching. If you give your dog dry dog food and think it is better than whole food, please leave a comment and let me know why you think so. It can really help other dog owners to hear your opinion. I would really appreciate hearing comments from those that have started to feed whole foods and the results you have seen. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. If you can, please subscribe if you would like to learn more about your dog and find info on choosing a dog, health issues, and tips on things you can do for your dog around the house. Are there any concerns I can help you with? If you have any health questions, please send them to my Ask a Vet column on pethelpful.com. There is no charge for asking a question on that site, but I do ask you to be as complete as possible and include your dog's age, breed, any tests you have had done, as well as any pictures of the problem that might help.